my channel. Welcome back. Welcome to another weekly vlog. I don't know what this week is going to look like. I'm just being completely honest with you here. I'm not doing too well up in the old mental. I think we all are feeling it right now. So like my priority for this week is just to like maintain my routine, get my 3 to 5 workouts in, eat 3 meals a day, and do the things that I enjoy doing and making sure that I'm like doing the things that I need to do. And I feel like that's my bare minimum for this week. I don't know. I think, like I said, I think we're all struggling right now. Winter is such a tough time in addition to like everything that's going on right now. And that sounds like such a broad statement, but we all know what's happening. I requested that my therapist meet me early. I have been really struggling with acceptance. Acceptance has been very hard. It's something that we've talked about a lot in my last couple of therapy sessions. Well, like 2 months worth of therapy sessions now. It's something that I just can't do. Like everything that's come up so far, we've been able to tackle in the moment and return to if we need to, but this is just something that I never feel resolved in. I never feel like I'm getting anywhere. It's freaking shitty. It's shitty. It sucks. It's so emotionally taxing to not want to be where you are, but also not be able to accept that that's where you are. Like not even just acknowledge that where you're at's where you're at, and constantly wanting to change it. It's exhausting. But there really isn't anything extra I feel like I can be doing aside from therapy, med, movement, all of the stuff that I'm already doing, you know? So it is what it is. That being said, I have been reading a lot, and I also have been gaming, and I've also been watching TV. So the other day I finished the 2nd season of XO Kitty, like marathoned in December, and the 2nd season came out at the beginning of January. It's only 8 episodes, each episode's like 30 minutes, so it's not like a super long season, but I watched it pretty much all in one day. This is like a really fun, like K-drama adjacent show. It's YA, and the heroine is, or the main character is the sister of Laura Jean from the like To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. She goes to Korea to go to this like private school to like be closer to her mom, because her mom went to that private school, and she like has a love square thing going on, and it's just full of drama. I liked the 2nd season. Obviously, like I wouldn't have marathoned all of the episodes in one night if I didn't. A lot of it was like a retread of season 1, just like with a different font. Pretty similar storylines. She's trying to like find out the history of her mom and like secrets and stuff like that. And so I felt like a little bit of it was copy and paste from the 1st season, just like slightly different. And the relationship drama was a little repetitive, but it's like a fun brain rot show to watch. If there's a 3rd season, I'll probably check it out, but yeah. And then I've been playing a ton of cozy games. I talked about it in my last vlog. I've been playing Hello Kitty Adventure Island. I've been playing Sims 2, but in that department. And then what I'm currently reading is Reckless. This is the 2nd book in this series. I'm at 281, so I don't have too terribly much left to go. I think I have like almost 100 pages. I really liked the first one. Looking back, I don't know if it's like necessarily as good as sorry, I'm using this to block the sun. I don't necessarily know if it's as good as I like remember it being, or as I rated it 5 stars at the time, but I don't necessarily know if it's like a 5-star read. This one is definitely not a 5-star read. This one is very much suffering from middle book syndrome. There's a lot of repetition, a lot of like going back and forth in the plot, a lot of like getting captured by different groups and escaping and like doing it over and over again, which is a little bit frustrating. And I really feel like this is trying to get the characters from where they were in book 1 to where the author wants them to be at the end of the series, which is like why books suffer from middle book syndrome. and she doesn't really know what she wanted this book to be, aside from like a lot of little interactions between the two main characters and like building tension and stuff. There are some characters that I'm not loving where their plotline is going, but overall, like, I don't think this is a bad read. It's probably like a solid 3-star, and I'll definitely continue out or finish the series, but I plan on finishing this today. And then I'm also listening to the audiobook of Leather and Lark. This is the second book in this like serial killer romance situation. Oh, that like really flipped on my light. Hero is the brother from the first one, and the heroine is the best friend from the first one, and I really like this series. I'm a big fan of like these really fun like serial killer romances. The audiobooks for this series in particular are like really good. I don't necessarily know if outside of the audiobook if I would really like them as much as I do, but I will say that Bran Weaver's chemistry between her characters is absolutely nutty. I plan on listening to that. I'm 37% of the way through. It's like a fake marriage situation, so I'm enjoying all of the things that I'm gaming on. I'm enjoying all of the things that I'm reading. It's just I'm struggling a little bit to like want to get out of bed and like be a functioning human. So that being said, I need to get into work. Probably gonna listen to my audiobook while I work a little bit, and then I plan on going to the gym afterwards. So we'll probably talk a little bit later on. Today is one of those days where I wish that I was a 50s housewife that was a stay-at-home mom, minus the kids. Do not feel like going to work. And I'm already running late, and I already should be getting ready, and I'm not, so we're gonna talk instead. Yesterday was an interesting day. I was able to see my therapist earlier than I usually do. I have weekly Thursday appointments, but she was able to squeeze me in. It was a nice conversation, and then my partner and I went to Lorcana. It's a card game, Disney card game that we play. We used to play Magic, then we switched to Lorcana. I have kind of, I haven't recently been wanting to play because I haven't been like in love with my deck that I've been playing, but I rebuilt it and I actually really enjoyed it. Didn't do well last night, but I really enjoy playing the deck. Majority of yesterday was spent reading, so let's do some quick reading updates. I ended up finishing both Reckless and Leather and Lark. First up, Reckless. I finished this last night at bedtime. I do still stand by this being a middle book. I wasn't the biggest fan of the twist at the end, and overall, I kind of feel like this was a waste of time. A lot of it was just like very repetitive scenes, like I already said, and like tension-filled moments in the relationship, and I didn't love the relationship in the first book. I remember it being very like fun and giggly, but I wasn't like, this is not like my favorite romance of all time, right? It was like just fine. And now reading this, I'm like even less interested. I find their tension like even less interesting, and I don't particularly care about the twist and what's gonna happen in the third one. Like, I probably, if it's a trilogy, then I probably will finish it out, but if it's more than 3, I think I'm probably done here. So we'll see what happens. But, and then I also finished Leather and Lark. I really loved the first one. I thought it was a ton of fun. The audiobooks for this series are fantastic. However, this one was a very different like vibe than the first one was. This one, like I said, is an arranged marriage. They're threatening people that she loves, so she has to become fake married to the hero, who is the brother of the character, the hero from the first one. He's a contract killer. She just like is a serial killer for fun. And obviously they don't have the best, like, this is an enemies to lovers or whatever, like they don't have the best opinion of each other, and they're not like the biggest fans of each other. They have like banter back and forth, whatever. I really felt like this was a regular contemporary romance, like marriage of convenience story. I don't really see where the like serial killer portion came in. The majority of the story was just them bickering, which is fine, but I don't read contemporary romance like for this reason, where I just feel like it's very same. Like if I've read one marriage of convenience, I feel like I've read them all in regards to like this quality of contemporary romance. Whereas the fun and spice of like them being killers just wasn't really there. Like we had some occasional scenes of like him finding her stash and like that kind of stuff, but overall that aspect of the story was in the very beginning and the very end, when they were like trying to solve the overarching plot of the series. And so it lost a little bit of the fun of like this series and like the point of reading serial killer romances. So this week is just all about maintenance for me, like making sure that I'm working out, making sure that I'm doing all the things that I should be doing, even if they're not making me feel any better. So I didn't work out yesterday. I just had too much going on after work. So I do think that I'm gonna go to the gym today after work. And then when I get home, we're probably just gonna chill. I might play some video games. I wish that I had stuff to talk about as far as like how I'm feeling and thoughts, so that I could be a little bit more productive towards the like mental health conversation. But I just feel like I just have no thoughts. Like I'm just empty-headed. So I'm just gonna continue to exist and do what I need to do, and then live, I guess. Try to. Let's do an OOTD, I guess. Brown button down, ripped jeans, my Timbs, my Bagoo bag, and this little charm that I got recently. I have been obsessed with Hello Kitty. So very cute. She's my goddess, my inspiration, my one true love. Ring, I'm trying to get into rings. Sensory issues, but they're like good fidget things. So, and then I have my Pandora bracelet with just some charms on it, and then this Saint Christopher medallion that is my dad's, and some like simple earrings. So that's the look. We're gonna get ready for the gym. We're gonna go work out and do our thing. Okay, I'm back from the gym. I need a shower, but I have some chores that I need to knock out first. I wasn't able to do a full workout because my headphones died, and I refuse to sit in the gym and listen to gym noise. It's just not gonna happen. So I cut it off at like 30 minutes. I still had to do my cool down with no headphones on, which was, the house is just kind of a wreck. I've noticed that like as my mental health has improved, my need to control the way my house looks has gone down, which is a conversation for another time, but that means that sometimes things pile up because I'm just not as like, you know, it's not like dirt, but it's just like clutter, and I'm just not as like itching to fix it, you know, because I just don't feel like I need to have that control. That being said, I obviously need a shower and I need my lunch, but I'm gonna do my chores before I shower and while I cook my lunch. So we're gonna do that now and watch some Twitch. to the tiny mic. I finally got one for my upgrade for my phone, because you couldn't just have an adapter for this kind of mic. But I'm going to clip it onto my clothes because we're going to fold some laundry while we talk. So I ended up showering, doing all of the chores that I said I wanted to get done, went through my to-do list, did some video planning, and then I decided, you know what, I am tired of reading, and I think I want to watch some TV. So I have been watching True Blood over the past, I think 6 or 7 months. I don't remember when exactly I started, but I take long breaks, and I think I'm into season 4 or 5, and I don't know, I just don't have any desire to watch it again or go back to it. There's just so many plot lines that are happening that are just a fucking mess in that show, and so I just don't really want to put the energy in. So after watching XO Kitty, I have been in the mood to watch some silly fun shows. So I decided to pick up My Lady Jane. This is a complete side note, but if you're interested in my updates for my shows, kind of like Goodreads, there is a website or an app called Serialized that I use, and then I also use Letterboxd. So if you're interested in those profiles of mine, they'll be linked down below. But I have a running list of the TV shows that I want to watch, and so I picked up My Lady Jane. I read the second book in the series, I think a while ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was okay, it was fine, but I heard good things about the show, and it's an alternate universe, and the main character inherit the throne, and she has to have an arranged marriage with this guy that she had a banter with back and forth. They didn't have the best first impression of each other, but it was the most forced hate situation that I've ever seen in my life. But regardless, she ends up having to marry him, and that's the beginning of the story. And the thing that I didn't really love about the books is they're very YA, and they're also very the best word to describe it is jaunty, and that's just not really the energy that I like to read. And so the TV show is very similar, and it's also not very good. It's the premise and stuff is silly. Actually silly in a not fun way, in my opinion. So I ended up finishing the first episode just to have know for sure my feelings on it. And I for sure know that I didn't like it. I haven't ruled it out as a show that I might possibly give a chance later on, but for now, I have moved on. So then I tried to pick up Fate, Winx Fate or whatever. The new season for it came out. I watched the first season when it first came out, and it was a mess, but it was fun, and I think I blew through it. And I don't remember a single thing about the show, and I think it's done a disservice because I tried to watch the first episode, and I actually could not care about anything. Couldn't care about any of the storylines, any of the characters, anything that was going on. They were rescuing these characters that I had no memory of whatsoever. I might go back to that. I might have to rewatch season 1 and then go on to season 2. Then I started Young Royals on Netflix. It's a Swedish show, as far as I know. It's in Swedish. The prince into a fight or something, and so his parents enroll him in this boarding school, and I think he meets a guy, and they have a romance, or something along those lines. I am 5 minutes into the first episode. I know a lot of people were saying that if you liked the Prime Video show, I don't remember what it was, but if you liked that one, then you would like this one. I got a couple episodes into that one, it wasn't bad. I just never actually like went back to it. I used to like work out to it. So I might give that a shot, but for now I'm gonna watch this. It seems like there's a lot of drama involved here, but so I think for the rest of the evening I'm probably gonna watch this. I don't know how many episodes there are, but they're all like 40 minutes long, and I get very ADHD brain about TV shows, so I tend not to be able to watch a lot at one time. The rest of the evening I'm just gonna watch it. It's like 5 o'clock, and so once my partner gets home we'll obviously do our thing, but for now I'm gonna watch this.